Yo, what is good, my anime friends? What is good, yo? Fire Force Season 2, baby. Your boy got more stuff to talk about, and he's very happy about it, man. Holy crap. I feel like we are in anime loophole, or anime death, or I don't even know what to call it. But we are back in it. We're getting some amazing shows to look forward to, man. So, with this week's episode, I just have to say, this was the worst episode of Fire Force ever. um, let me talk. So, everybody was pretty much in the same boat that this show was 110 pretty much fan service, right? For the guys, we want guys to watch, so we're gonna make these girls not only very attractive, but we have a girl who literally just exists for fan service almost, when it came down to her just running and slipping and sliding with her clothes having malfunctions. That's a nice way to say it. So we get all that. Now they're like, okay, they watched the full season and they think we're just fan service for the guys? That's all they got out of this? Oh, nah, we gotta change it. And we get the most female-like fan service I have ever seen in my actual life. A nude calendar just for the men to do? Come on, bruh. And then they make the character that I like the most with the eye patch be the top dog in that competition as well. Oh my god, man. Like, to take the show from literally 1,000 to 0 is Fire Force's new feat, okay? They straight up took me from, oh my god, I can't wait for the next thing to happen. Why are they going to explain this giant monster that we just saw? Arthur almost looked the best at, because he straight up saves Shin. He cuts, a ridiculous attack like it was nothing. And then he proceeds to still keep up with everybody and not fall behind. So it looks like Arthur is really coming into his own. We know Shin Devil Feet is, ridiculous. We know he's super strong, super broken. But the problem with him is they're showcasing that even after he's gained all this power, he can still be caught off guard, right? Like, the monster was ginormous. I don't think he was expecting it to be that big of a monster, let alone anytime he kind of tried to get out of danger. The monster was so big that he could just swing his hand backwards and catch him while he was on the run. So it made sense that there was a lot of just things this monster was doing in general that he could not really do much about. But everybody comes through and starts just showcasing that the 8th has a reason to be very, very not only under-rested, but that they have a chance to be one of the most scariest teams out there once they actually continue to grow. Like, they have 2 people that have no power, that it's just all about sitting back and analyzing. So they're starting to get really good strategy ideas of where they should go. They found out where the core of this giant monster was very quickly. Then you go to the unpowered people that can actually fight. And I know this is going to be kind of late, or kind of sound like I don't know what the heck's going on, but what was the point of the praying? Like, was the praying just there to soothe the flames, so hopefully they don't go to someone else or something, and that they pass on peacefully? I'm not fully sure if there's an actual reason to have the person praying there, besides just the fact that it's a staple for them to do so, for them to hope the best for the people that have turned into those infernos. And a giant bus just passed by. For those infernos, and they're hoping that they go to a better place after they have been latumed, I guess. I'm get that's all I could like think of it as, right? Like they're hoping that better or good comes from their extinction instead of just happening to continue living as an inferno, and wherever you go after you get taken care of, right? That's about as far as my thought process goes of why it's there or why she's needed, or like she doesn't get put even further to the back to be safe with her so she doesn't get hurt and stuff. But regardless, this first little fight was their way of saying, hey, season 2 is here, everybody, and these monsters, these infernos are still running wild, but our team has come up with like a good amount of counter strategies to fight and keep people safe at the same time. And then they're like, okay, well, ladies, we are so sorry about the first season. We try to give you some fan service, but it's all yours this first episode. I I didn't even want to like take screenshots. I was just like, yeah, okay, well, my work here is done. I just have to watch from here on out. No, I ended up taking screenshots. It makes it that much funnier at the end of the day. So definitely check out the description if you want to see a blog post from me and a follow up to just this video and stuff like that. I usually talk about a whole bunch of stuff in the video, and by the time I get off the video and actually start posting the blog on Anime Amimo, I come up with new things that I remember I didn't talk about. So it's always a good idea to check out what I'm saying in those things, just FYI. And I do it on Twitter, and I also do it on Instagram. So Fire Force Season 2, baby. It's kicking off with a fiery start, and I honestly don't think I would give this a bad start at all. Like, this is an amazing start for a show that's just doing whatever it wants at this point. Here's one thing that I have my complaints about, and it kind of goes into just the anime life of, like whatever is going on over in Japan. But as you can see, or as we know, Fire Force and Dr. Stone came out literally at like the same time. It was airing at the same time and stuff like that. So it makes you wonder how good Fire Force is going to be compared to Dr. Stone, or how much talent they have in the people that make Fire Force to be able to make it this quick and spit it out, while Dr. Stone has been officially announced to drop next year, July. Like, that's a big jump between watching a show that came out the same time as it to waiting a couple more months or like a year for for Dr. Stone to actually show up, even though it came out earlier. Maybe that was just because Dr. Stone had already been in the works for quite some time, and it just happened to be finished around Fire Force's release. That always is an interesting case, but it's just wild to me to think that Dr. Stone might look ridiculously polished as it does because it takes so much more effort compared to, I guess, Fire Force or something like that. So overall, I think this episode was pretty amazing. We got to see the girls actually snitch on our boy, so he knows just how dangerous y'all ladies are already. So keep that in mind. We'll see if that plays a big role later on in the story. Him just like knowing these girls can't be trusted. They straight up snitched on him for something he didn't even do. Oh, best part. The best part. And I'm going to make a miniature post for it on Twitter. There was a Death was there. Death and Excalibur had appearances in this show. So Soul Eater is not dead. It's living through Fire Force, and it looked pretty awesome to just spot that. Like I was like a kid in a candy shop when I saw it. I was like, oh my god, it's Death. It's Excalibur, the best singer of all of all Soul Eaters. So it's these little things that just go to show me that they really still do care about this show, that they still want people to remember Soul Eater, and that they also want them to know that there might be a way that this is a shared connection. Nah, there's no way you can share the world with the way Soul Eater is set up and their weird I guess you could, but they probably won't. But overall, man, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. Fire Force is back, everybody. Fire Force is back. I was thinking about using Ace, but Ace doesn't really use his feet much as our Devil Kicker does, so I thought I would go more along the lines of someone that flies around and uses flames still. So hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay in the background, and I will definitely be talking to you sooner than later. I think there's another anime that came out that looks relatively interesting. I just gotta watch it and see how it actually plays out and see if I can enjoy it. And if I can, I'll drop another video. So with that being said, take care and peace.